The multimedia production team presents Juliet Weinberg with the weather, Hannah Slauson with Hannah on the Street, Claire Barone, Cooking with Claire, Brooke Wolin, Worst Case Scenarios with Brooke, and Sienna Huther with Huther's Helpful Hints. It's the Warrior News.
Hello and welcome to the Warrior News. I'm your host, Brooke Wallen.
And I'm Hannah Slauson. Happy 10th edition of the Warrior News on May 10th. We can't believe we've made it this far, and we only have a couple of more videos for the rest of the year.
I know, less than 10 weeks to go to the end of the 2020-2021 school year. We hope everyone is hanging in there with AP exams this week. We know you can do it. Coming up in the Warrior News, Claire on the Streets, Worst Case Scenarios with Brooke, Weather with Juliet, Cooking with Hannah, and Huther's Helpful Hints.
Today is Monday, May 10th, and over the weekend we celebrated Mother's Day. Whether it's your mother, your grandmother, or even a mom-like figure in your life, we hope everyone was super appreciative and grateful for them.
And while we're at it, last week was also Teacher Appreciation Week. Students in Ms. Washburn's class wrote notes of appreciation to their teachers. Thank you, teachers, for all that you do for us day in and day out. Now over to Worst Case Scenarios with me. I'll be showing you how to protect our moms from killer bees.
Hey guys, I'm back with another worst case scenario, so let's randomly choose our scenario for this week. How to escape from killer bees. If bees begin flying around you, do not freeze. Run away. Swatting at the bees will only make them angrier. Get indoors as fast as you can. If no shelter is available, run through bushes or high weeds. This will help you get cover. Don't jump into water. The bees will be waiting for you when you surface. If a bee stings you, the stinger will stay in your skin. So to get the stinger out, just move your fingernail across the stinger in a sideways motion. Thanks for watching this edition of Worst Case Scenario. Now back to the studio.
Wow, Brooke, I'm glad I'm not allergic to bees. Now that the seasons are changing, everyone better watch out for those killer bees. Speaking of seasons, let's check over with Juliet and see what the weather's going to be like for this week.
Thanks, Brooke. It looks like this week will be partly cloudy with some rain showers throughout the week. We're supposed to have a high of 64 and a low of 49. Back to you guys.
Now that we know the weather will be gloomy for the week, let's see what comfort food Hannah's making in the kitchen this week.
What's cooking good looking? It's Cooking with Hannah, and this week we're going to have some pretty gloomy weather, so I'm making comfort food. Whether it's some nice fettuccine, or some rotini, or some small shells for some nice mac and cheese, it's all good. But this week we're going simple and just making some butter noodles. Let's go! Start by adding water to a pot. Put it on your stove, add some salt, and then turn on to high heat. Cover with a lid and let your water boil. Next, grab your pasta. Chef tip, when you have a spoon like this with that hole in the middle, that hole represents the serving size for spaghetti. Use that tip wisely, and it's just a recommendation anyways. Everyone likes pasta. Now that our water is boiling, I'm going to add my pasta to the pot. I break mine in half so it fits evenly and cooks evenly. Wait about 10 to 12 minutes or however long your box of pasta says. Once it's done, remove from the heat and drain out the excess water. I used a colander after this to make sure I got all of the water. Then add salt and butter to taste and you're all set. And now that we're al dente with the cooking segment, let's get back to the studio.
That looks delicious, Hannah. Any leftovers?
No, there's none left.
Today with Huther's Helpful Hints, Sienna is going to teach us how to read a manual clock. Speaking of clocks, Hannah, what time is it?
Hi, it's Sienna, and I'm back here with Huther's Helpful Hints this week, and I will be teaching you guys how to read a clock. Step 1 is to read the number at the end of the long hand, and then step 2 would be to say which side the long hand is pointing to, past or to. Step 3 is to read the number at the end of the shorthand, and then you should put it together and say it like this, like 8 minutes to 2, for example. It's that simple. Back to the studio.
Oh, now I get it. It's 12:45.
Speaking of time, it's time to start purchasing tickets for this year's High School Musical Godspell. The musical is May 20th through the 22nd. Tickets are $10 a person and $20 a family, and you can buy them online from the school website by scrolling through the pictures on the homepage until you see the ad for the musical. Click on the link and you're off!
I can't wait to watch the musical this year. I'm so happy we could fit the musical into the last weeks of the school year. Speaking of which, we're all out of P2 characteristics, so we're going to talk about our very own P2 characteristics. I'm up first, and my top 3 characteristics are love, gratitude, and fairness. Seems pretty fitting.
Did you just say love? The yearbook was submitted a couple of weeks ago after such a crazy year. They were able to finally submit it on May 1st at 8 p.m. Let's talk about how much we are going to love the yearbook and how much we love and appreciate the yearbook staff for putting in all of the time and effort to create the 2021 Clintonian.
And one last announcement. This week is Mental Health Awareness Spirit Week, so make sure to be on the lookout for information about it.
And now to end this week's video with a good quote for the senior class from Michael Altschuler. The bad news is that time flies. The good news is that you're the pilot. We hope everyone has a great week and make it the best it can be. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for our future broadcast of the Warrior News.